All right, welcome back. So now let's get into the juicy part of the show, all right, the nitty gritty of it. We'll be going into the papers. Well, we have joining us in the studio Barrister Darlington Nagumo and Mr. Lawal Ekundayo. Lawal Ekundayo is an educationist, a political analyst, and he always likes us to add the fact that he's a farmer to his introduction. He's proudly a farmer, but he hasn't brought too much of yam or fish or poultry to us yet. What's happening?
You should ask the government.
Oh,
the government is affecting your farm.
Yes.
Policies of the government.
Wow.
In what way, please?
So many, such as increase in drugs and availability
feed.
of feeds and
Okay.
keep
Nice
increasing every now. So everybody's afraid of just going into the business.
Oh,
Oh
Else
my.
we just end up not selling.
Oh my. Okay. Let's get into the papers now. Unfortunately, can't find the papers on my phone.
already here.
Yes, go right ahead, please.
The Punch newspaper this morning, at the bottom headline there reads, FG rolls out 1 trillion naira palliative, massive construction projects. The riders, 3.7 million families to get 540 billion naira grants. 155 billion naira for assorted foods. Others, FG to begin massive road rail construction. CNG buses distribution in states, FCT. All right, and above the nameplate, the window headline there is NNPC to boost economy with $4 billion gas project. You can get that on page 22 of the Punch newspaper. Cholera, government eyes vaccine donation as cases hit 1,579. Blackmail can't stop new presidential jet approval, and this is coming from the Senate.
Interesting one indeed.
Sweet one. Just you know, he said it's juicy part of the
yes,
program.
it is.
So it's really, really juicy. The fluid is everywhere. Okay, beside the nameplate, 2023 budget, FG OK's December extension to forestall abandoned projects. You can get it on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We'll have a major pictorial, and we can see the president there in that pictorial and other dignitaries. And right beneath that, FG raises a fresh 284 billion naira as T-bills debt hits 10 trillion naira. Probe begins as ex-Conga CEO allegedly jumps to death in Lagos apartment. And we have the last but not the least of the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning to be, states should negotiate a minimum wage, southern governors. And that is all we have on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning.
All right, so let's start with Lawal Ekundayo. Which tickles your fancy? How do you react?
This palliative that they keep saying government, because I've applied many times and I never get. You get it? Sometimes they will tell me not eligible.
Take us through it. How did you apply?
There was I applied online, spend money buying internet and doing this and
Data,
that.
you mean?
Yeah, data. And then after that, I was told not eligible. I think I applied like 3. So I got tired.
Have you asked why you're not eligible?
It's on the internet that they will send you the message that you are not eligible.
What are the
so I
requirements?
can't ask the internet.
What were the
What are the
criteria?
requirements?
The criteria.
Yes.
You told us your name, age, my bank account, just simple
tax
things.
ID?
No. They don't ask that. And the next thing is you are not eligible. Some they will not even reply. I think there's a line that you can call back.
That you can.
Yes, and you get a reply. Then but no.
Well,
They just
that's
told me I'm not
your
eligible.
story.
I
I know I've heard a few people that have said that they have applied and they've gotten some of these loans. But my question now is, how long can you enrich the people by giving them
Palliative.
handouts? Barrister, let's bring into the conversation. Is that a wise thing to do? Is that a good move? Alleviating the sufferings of the people by giving them handouts.
It has been said that doing the same thing all over again and expecting a different answer is an indication of madness or confusion. Since these people came into office in 2023, how many times have this palliative come on board? Yet, no result. So if you ask me, this is an indirect way of siphoning money.
Let's look at the figures they are even projecting for this. 3.7 million families to get 540 billion naira grant. And then they'll have another one that says 155 billion naira for assorted foods, orders. Where who is going to be eating this assorted food, or where are we going to get the assorted foods from?
That's the question I was going to ask you.
I have just told you here that it is an indication of confusion. Somebody is smiling to the bank with all these palliatives. It's not trickling down to the people who need it. The people who need it, they don't even know that there is something for them. How many of them are internet savvy? How many of them are on social media? The real poor people who need this palliative. Nobody remembers them. They are in the villages.
Barrister, I'm particular about this CNG bus distribution. Have you seen any thus far since it was promised during the...
That's one of the things they used to quieten Labour last year. When Labour were protesting about subsidy removal. They provided all this. They read that 16-point agenda that they used to cushion the subsidy removal. Up to today, not one like this have not been implemented. And they are promising more.
It's quite unfortunate.
Yes, but this money they read out. I don't know. I have been asking this question. There is something wrong about money in this particular administration. All the money is just going down, and we don't know where it's going to. Already 20 trillion down, we don't know where the money is going to. Subsidy removal, we don't know where the money is going to. All these other taxes, we don't know where nothing is reflecting anywhere. So there is something Nigerians do not understand about this government and money. I don't know whether we are serving the God of Mammon, who need more money. As more money, you will need more money. Let the government explain to us, all this money, where are they? Why is it not reflecting our lives? We are not seeing anything. Every time they reel up. You know when this hardship, whenever, remember, that when they bring out all this palliative, whenever there is cry for hardship, they will tell you they are reeling out to social palliative measure, this and that. Go and check. Not one person. In fact, not 1% of Nigeria will get those things.
But other administration barrister also have some, will I say, some palliative measures exactly that they pull in place to make sure that Nigerians are okay. For example, Jonathan brought up the Shopee, which some people are benefiting from. Then Buhari Sam will have the N-Power project. You know, some Nigerians who doesn't have a job, they will just through that N-Power, they'll be employed and they'll be doing this. And, and now we have this government not looking at that direction, but they want to give grants to Nigerians. Please,
this your palliative Shopee and the N-Power. What did it benefit the people? What was it sustainable? Did it produce any result? We are talking of what China did in 2008 and brought out 600 million of their people out of poverty. That you can verify. That is why that economy is booming. All this thing you just said now, where is the benefit? Where is the dividend? At least when you invest in something, you must be expecting dividend. Why is it that with all this thing you said, Nigerians have over 133 million people in an embarrassing level of poverty? Can you just justify it?
Well,
Tell me.
Quite an unfortunate.
Yes, that is no. So these are.
If you want to, look at it from another angle, the government is talking about providing, using 155 billion naira to provide assorted food. But then in Benue, we're hearing that farmers are hurriedly selling off their farm produce so they can come up with 50,000 naira, contribute round to get 20 million naira to pay as tax. So, shouldn't government stem insecurity as a way of enabling production of food?
See, in a normal country, in a developing country, and the developed country, subsidy is the bedrock of their democracy. You get it? It's the bedrock. Without subsidy, you can't have democracy. Because they say government of the people, by the people, for the people. So there will always be subsidy. Ask them, in China, they subsidize fuel. agriculture, without subsidy, you get it, you cannot have democracy.
Okay.
You get now the same subsidy is government is you remove subsidy, you are giving grant. What's the difference between grant and subsidy? You get it? You are removing subsidy, you are giving grant. You get? So and some people are siphoning. Some people are siphoning the same grant because people are saying they don't see the dividend. And the same reason why you complain about subsidy was that it was going into the pocket of some people. You don't block that, you stop it. Now you are doing grant and grant and grant. You even do grant.
Grant is not going around everybody. It's just a select few.
So that is what that
verify.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You see, it's still the same problem that you are facing in the grant, but you are not stopping that. You even went as far as giving a grant to religious pilgrimages. You give grants to them. You get what I'm saying? But the question is, this subsidy touches the heart of the common man. Even somebody in the village, you get it. The fuel, when you subsidize something, it gets to them. That fuel subsidy gets to them because in the village, some of them run gen. They don't have electricity. This produce, they produce this farm produce. They have to process them. So they use diesel, you get it, and petrol to run their farm implements, the grinders, the shellers, the dryers, the gari fryers.
Right, let's move away from that paper. Let's get into another conversation. Now, the Daily Independent is up next, and the banner headline from the Daily Independent reads, "Rising debt, interest payment may push Nigeria towards debt default." And, well, when you go further up, on top of the nameplate, you have NAS extends implementation of 2023 budget. Supplementary Appropriation Act to December 31. Surveillance operatives uncover oil bunkery camps, perpetrators in Bayelsa. And then, when you go further down, there are really catchy headlines there. Tinubu asks governors to meet food security target. Rolls out construction program. Sounds like audio, right? Sounds like mere conversation.
You
ask governors.
You ask
governors.
You asked.
Food security target. Rolls out construction programs. And then food crisis, right underneath that one. FG states to distribute free fertilizers to farmers. You're a farmer?
Yes.
Okay. The one that was distributed earlier, do you know of any?
The 100 billion naira.
See, let's just analyze the country. I want to analyze this thing. It's a federal state to distribute free fertilizers to farmers. We've said this thing over and over that when you make some statement, it slaps you in the face that you don't know what you are saying. You get it? When you say distribute fertilizers and to governors, what does that mean? Governors, what does that mean?
So the government will distribute to the local government distribute to farmers.
That's the problem because as you are because it's difficult when you do that. It's difficult to monitor. So you get what I'm saying? That's why it disappears.
No,
it shows that whether the government is not doing it.
You don't think the state government can handle distribution properly? Is that what you're saying?
Why would you distribute fertilizers to farmers, for God's sake?
So now I'm going to blame the government
people are even moving away from
for people
fertilizer. The
siphoning
world
the
is moving away to
fertilizers.
organic farming. You keep talking about something that is backward. And you keep talking as if it is something that is massive. It doesn't make sense. You get it? You want to distribute fertilizers to Lagos State Governor, for God's sake. Where is the farm? Tell me, where is the farm now? Because I will say since it looks like
farmland in the corridor.
Okay, government-owned farmland in Ikorodu.
Not government
so tell me.
owned, not government-owned, individual.
Okay, in Ikorodu. That's one local government, and we have 20 local governments. So mention another one. I've not verified that one, but mention another one.
Well,
in 20 local governments in Lagos State. So you give fertilizer to Lagos State governor, you have distribute to 20 local governments.
How do you think it can be done, or you think it cannot be done?
It doesn't make sense now because you know Lagos State. What majorly what they should focus on in Lagos State is majorly fishery.
Okay.
You get majorly fishery. What if a minister for agriculture is talking about we want massive fishery in Lagos State? Then I know he knows what he's talking because most of the area in Lagos State is covered in water. So I know what you are saying. That okay, this man has gone around, he knows what he's saying. But if you keep talking about fertilizer in Lagos State, fertilizer in Lagos State, you get what I'm saying? That means you have not gone around. You are just saying this out of point.
All right then, let's quickly touch on some of the headlines here. We won't allow Tinubu suffer Malawian, Iranian president's fate. Akpabio says president hasn't requested approval for any presidential jet. Edo, Ondo, Gubas. We won't allow anybody to snatch, run with our victory. PDP. Troops repel attack on Ebonyi police station. Kill 5 terrorists. Kill 2,245 terrorists. Rescue 1,993 kidnapped victims in Q2. Okay. EFCC boss orders arrest of officers for assaulting hotel worker. Cut governance cost. Stop aircraft purchase. Ozekome tells Tinubu. And then another sub-rider there, minimum wage. Let's pay according to our ability. Southern governors. And then the bottom strip, NEC approves board members for NDPHC. All right, so these are some of the headlines. Barrister Darlington.
Yes. Moses, there are a lot to be talked about. But EFCC is now punishing the operatives for assaulting a hotel worker. Please, under the acts that establish the EFCC, you mean those officers were not even trained in the first place on how to standard operational procedure? This medicine after death in all our agencies is what I don't like. Before the assault, what are they supposed to do? And will anybody actually be punished? The answer is no. Because this is not the
these officers have been arrested and their investigation is on.
Nothing will come out of because it has happened before. It's a deja vu. We have seen it before. If the other ones were given actual punishment or even relieved of their appointment, others would have sat up now. So all this fire brigade approach, it doesn't hold water. Right, didn't they know that they shouldn't do that in the first place?
Well, Barrister, I would rather you react to this particular headline, the food crisis, where FG states to distribute free fertilizers to farmers. We are still bedeviled with insecurity in Nigeria.
Good.
What do you think is the reason why the government at this point is not even talking about security? In fact, a few days ago, just yesterday, Full Fire, one of the bandits in Benue State, have been all over the place. And the local government chairman is publicly coming out to say they want to pay tax levy to bandits. Why is the government not at this point looking at security rather than distribute fertilizers to states?
Let me start with the fertilizer. You see, whenever I want to talk about APC and the administration, I don't even know where to start because it's like somebody has sworn never to succeed. You know when somebody has a covenant with failure, he doesn't look at what he's doing, he doesn't think about it. Before these people came into office, Akinwumi Adesina, the man at ADB now, he was the former Minister of Agriculture in this country. He did so well in that industry that other countries were coming here to copy what he did. He started the e-wallet proposal, whereby the real farmers were identified and they were given a wallet and they have their numbers. Whenever their fertilizer is due, they will call them. With that pass, they will go directly to the warehouse and collect their fertilizer directly. All this distributing from emir, distributing from governors, it was not there. And because of that thing he did, Jonathan government saved over 12 billion naira. And this was what was going through middlemen. When you distribute this fertilizer through middlemen, something will definitely give. By the time we get to the farmers, the price would have gone up. Then the farm product will equally go up. Akinwumi Adesina eliminated all that with his own idea. And this thing worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. How come when APC came into office, they did not follow that step? This is the question you and I should be asking. They threw it away. And now they have started again, distributing through governor. And that means party members, whether you like it or not. In fact, non-farmers will collect this fertilizer, then go and resell it.
Okay. Now, we have this other headline that reads, a minimum wage. Let's pay according to our ability. And this is coming from southern governors. What do you make of this? That up until June the 28th, Nigeria is yet to have new minimum wage, even when the last one expired since April.
Please let me tell you, there is a confusion here. Do you know why this thing is not properly fashioned?
Tell us, please.
Good. Moses, there is a difference between wage and salary.
Yes.
All this thing that people are talking all about in Nigeria is salary, not minimum wage.
So are you saying now that the way it appears in the Constitution is faulty?
Yeah, very, very. That's why we have been saying that this Constitution, somebody must look at it again.
So why are we just noticing that now? Why is it that it's now that Nigerians are talking about how faulty
it is? Because those who crafted your Constitution, those who drafted, they don't know what they are doing. I can say it authoritatively. If they know, all the loopholes there would have been taken care of. If they know what they are doing, they wouldn't have put up this type of a contraption as a constitution.
Let's not forget the Constitution has been amended. So those
several times.
Those that amended it, did they act like they knew what they were doing?
Up till now, they don't know what they are doing. You are still amending it. If they do, like this wage now and salary, it is the Western world that brought this wage, whatever. When the Western world are talking of wage, this is short-term payment. Like you hire a plumber, a medicine man, and other. When you pay them, it's almost on hourly basis. That's wage. These people you hear abroad, they say they are working in 3 or 4 places. It is wage they are collecting, wage. What is the minimum wage for you to pay to a plumber who come to? This is what the law says. But in Nigeria, we don't put everything together. Minimum wage, minimum wage. That is why this thing is not making any headway. Salary is something you pay in a period of time.
Okay, let's even look at the minimum wage in comparison.
So the minimum wage now, the nomenclature alone is bringing confusion. If they ask you now what is minimum wage, can you really define it? I don't know whether I'm making sense to some people. Salary and wage are not the same thing. Right. But here and now, they are talking of wage every time, minimum wage.
Okay, barrister.
Is what you put to an artisan.
It's clear from what you just mentioned. But then let's talk to the fact that the southern governors are saying they have to pay according to their ability. Does this mean that if after the federal government decides on a particular figure, the southern governors might go against it? Is that the indication?
Hold on, before you can do that, there are stakeholders, especially labor. Call them. We have an NLC in all the state. Call them, bring out the books, put it on the table. What is your monthly IGR? What is your monthly receivable from Abuja? Put it on the table. Let us see it. You cannot just be telling me you cannot pay. Meanwhile, the money you are using for your luxurious lifestyle is enough to pay workers in your state for 3 months.
All right, unfortunately, we have to anchor this conversation at this point.
So how do you explain that?
Barrister. Yeah. Well, we'll go on. We'll continue with this line of conversation because I'm pretty sure it will come up in the course of the program. Well, let's get into our first topic for today. PDP has failed Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara says. Let's talk about this one when we come back from this break.